let's make portobello steaks with avocado chimichurri sauce. Come here, sit. Okay, so we've got our portobello mushroom caps here. These are the big boys. And all I've done up until this point is I took out the stem from the really big ones. I left the small ones just because I feel like it didn't really make a difference. And I've rubbed the dirt off with a paper towel. So want to avoid using water on mushrooms just because the mushrooms will absorb that water and kind of change the texture to not very desirable. So I just rubbed the dirt off with a paper towel. And then we have our marinade ingredients. So this is a mixture of olive oil and balsamic vinegar. And then we have our spices. This is gonna give it a really savory seasoning. So I have got cumin, smoked paprika, gives it that nice smoky flavor, garlic powder, black pepper, and salt. I'm just gonna mix it all in this little jar here. Okay, and then this was an optional ingredient, but it's a steak sauce, and that gives it, you know, even more of a flavor bump. And that's it. Shake it up. And then I'm gonna pour it over the mushroom caps. So I have a baking dish here, but you could also do like a Ziploc baggie. Just gonna pour the marinade over. Yeah, and this is already looking and smelling good. I actually have a brush. So this could be a lot easier in the Ziploc baggie because then you can just kind of shake it around, but I'm just gonna brush the mushrooms a bit. But what we're gonna do is just marinate these for 5 minutes on each side. So I'll let this sit for about 5 minutes and then flip the mushrooms over. Mushrooms absorb liquid really quickly, so there's no need to do this like the night before or hours beforehand, which is really nice. And as we wait for that, I'm gonna go ahead and make our avocado chimichurri sauce. There's a few different variations of a traditional chimichurri sauce. I think it originated in Argentina, but this is an avocado version, so that's gonna add some extra creaminess and fat and fiber and vitamins, minerals. But basically, I think a chimichurri sauce is just like herbs, lemon, oil, vinegar, and spices. But I'm gonna start with the lemon. I would need a lemon squeezer. Okay, so we're gonna get the liquid ingredients in the bottom of our bowl here. Fresh lemon smells so good. Okay. Gives it a really fresh flavor and lots of vitamin C. We're gonna balance that out with some oil. And then I've got salt and a little bit of crushed red pepper. And then we'll do some garlic. It smells so good. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Where's the habit? Just got a garlic press. So let's press it. I don't know, I feel like it's kind of just as easy just to tap it up. And now I've got this part to clean out. Yeah, I don't know. Now I gotta clean this out. So I feel like it's almost just easier to chop it, but I'm still appreciative of the garlic press. And then the recipe called for a shallot. I don't have a shallot. I'm just gonna use a little bit of onion. I don't know if I'm gonna use all of that. Okay, I'll save this for later. And then I've got big bunch of fresh parsley. I think oregano sometimes goes in this too, but I'm just following the recipe. Now, if you want to spend more time, more diligently going through getting some of these stems out, that kind of helps because the stems are a bit more firm and we really want the leaves for all the flavor. But it's a bit quicker to just kind of chop it and then look through for the stems, at least for me. If anybody has any suggestions, let me know in the comments. I only took a couple of cooking classes in my life. So if I can do this, you can do it too. I'm probably actually gonna save some parsley. I don't know if I need. Okay, and we're gonna mince it up. Some people are gonna say that's good stuff. You should save it. So tell them I did save it. I like to mince it up really small because that's just gonna help with the texture. I'm gonna call that good enough. Okay. And then finally we have our avocados. With avocados, they're gonna be, it can be really hard to tell when they're ripe. And it can be kind of a tough game to find them in their sweet spot. I got real lucky today with a perfectly green avocado. To find its peak ripeness, we really want it to just be like slightly firm to the touch. If it's super squishy, then that's probably gonna have some brown in it. Ooh, look at that, another perfect one. And if it's really hard, that's gonna mean it's not ripe enough and it won't be a nice creamy flavor. But one thing you can do is if you have avocados that are really hard and you want to use them sooner, you can put them in a brown paper bag and over time they'll ripen a bit quicker. And if you have avocados that are ripe but you're not ready to use them, you can just go ahead and throw them in the fridge and they should last a day or two or even maybe 3. All right, let's go. Just gonna cube it up. Probably should have done that all at once, so let me just cube these up. Love a good ripe avocado. Okay, let's go. That's kind of fun. Cooking is messy. But it can also be very therapeutic to get your hands dirty. Hey, Pico. No chimichurri sauce for you. So I'll just use this. Okay, now I'll just mix it up. Hi, Pico. Hi. It smells so good, so fresh. You know what I didn't do? I didn't mix up the liquid ingredients before I started mixing it, but I don't think it matters that much. As long as it's getting a good mix overall. That smells so good. Okay. All right. That's been about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna flip these bad boys over. Really get all that sauce in there. Ow. I cut myself this week. It's stinging now. Should have put a Band-Aid over it. Okay. I feel like some of this part of the mushroom doesn't have a ton of sauce on it, so I'm gonna take that brush and brush it some more. I know. I didn't have any plastic Ziploc baggies, but that is probably the easier option. Because then you can just shake it up and let it go from there. Yeah, this one in particular is super deep, so when it was on its side, it's not gonna get all that marinade, and we really want the most marinade as we can in there. And we can also, dump the marinade into the pan, but it might be a little bit better if it just soaks into the mushroom first. So I'm gonna spend a little bit more time doing this. I know, it smells so good, Vico, right? You got a different dinner. Kibble. We'll give it a few more minutes just to let these mushrooms marinate, and then we'll pop them on the pan on the stove. All right, our mushrooms are marinated, and we're just going to pop them on this induction cooktop. This is a new cooktop for me. Usually I'm cooking on the stove right there, but thought this might be better with angles for the videos. So I've got it on medium heat, steaming a little bit from some of the oil on it before. I've got a cast iron pan here, but this, any kind of pan will work. You could also do the grill, but even just in the oven could work too. But I think the best texture and flavor might come from the grill or the stovetop. So here we go. I'm just gonna do a couple at a time, and it'll be about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. This is gonna start sizzling. We probably do 3 at a time here. This one's small. All right, now we wait. And actually, you know what the recipe said? You can even take a little bit more of this marinade and brush it on top. Okay. It's been a couple minutes. Let's go ahead and flip them over. Ooh, really sizzling. Has a strong aroma. Should I dance? I think these look pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and put them back in here. Big boy. It said 2 to 3 minutes each side, but I'm finding like 2.5 minutes. But it all depends on your temperature, and mine was too high at first, and I had it on too long, so. All right, this big one I really needed to kind of press down on and cook a little bit longer on a lower temperature because it was just so big and needed some more time. But we're gonna call it a day there. Okay. Go time. Let's plate it up. Oh wait, who's gonna get 3? Me or Marshall? Probably Marshall. Actually, I want this one. Sorry. One of them's big though, so they're kind of even anyway. Okay, I decided to roast some potatoes for the side. I also did some Brussels sprouts. They're not on my plate because they got a little charred. Marshall likes them, so whatever, he's gonna have them. But we have our chimichurri sauce, which I'll top the steaks with. Avocado is gonna give it nice creaminess. Okay, and we got some extra. And then, we did not leave room for our salad, but I also paired a salad with it. So portobello mushroom steaks are awesome. They have that kind of meaty texture, and they do have some protein, but not a ton of protein. So I wanted to make a salad with some chickpeas and pepitas just to add a nice protein source. And of course, we've got a good fat source from avocado and olive oil. And then the roasted potatoes are meant to add an extra carb source. So a very well-balanced plant-based plate with lots of flavors and textures and colors. I am so excited to eat this. Okay, I might want more of that chimichurri sauce, but let's dive in. Look at that. I'm gonna get a little bit of the avocado in there too. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have to take separate bites. Wow. That was phenomenal. The mushroom has such a good texture, like meaty texture. There's like a savory tanginess, freshness, creaminess with the chimichurri. This is so good. I highly recommend it. I think vegans use steak knives for opening tofu packages and cutting a portobello steak. I'm gonna cut this in half again because it's a pretty big piece, but all of those flavors really complement each other well. Now, I usually make portobello steaks or baby portobello mushrooms with this kind of marinade. I'll usually have it with like a cashew sauce. This is my first time making the avocado chimichurri, and I will definitely be making this again. It was so good, so easy to make, so fresh, so flavorful. 10 out of 10. I'll probably get parsley in my teeth. Okay, you need to try this. Let me get a fork for you.
Ah.
Dear, dear.
We got video proof you're trying to cut my finger off.
No. Okay, I'm probably gonna want more chimichurri, so.
All right, we're gonna see if she's just making this up or if it's actually this good.
Yeah.
Wow.
You good?
Make this. Do it. Anything else? Outro?
Nope. Oh, like and subscribe. Let me also know if there's more you want to see. I'm really here for you guys, and I want to make sure we're making valuable content. So let me know. I've got parsley in my teeth.